Okay, design class, for the next session that we're gonna do here, we are going to start adding the next one that we haven't done, which would be our tones. So we've already done our tints. Remember, this is when we were adding our white on each of those colors. We've done our shades on the right side of my pie pieces here. Those are my shades, and that's when I added black. So the next one we're going to do is our tones. And for tones, to make your tone, what you're going to do is you're going to add white and black, okay? So the easiest way to do this is going to make gray, okay? And we're going to come back to that mixing here in a second. What I need to do is break up my sections up here. This is where my tones are going to go, and I want to break it into 3 sections because I'm going to do 3 different tones. If you remember from the other videos, I'm recommending that you do at least 2 tones, in which case you would just separate your section into 2 different parts. I'm going to do 3. I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, I'm going to put 2 little dots where I want my lines to come in and bend, just to make it a little more interesting. And then I'm going to connect them with corners. Now I could go with this next one right to the corner, or I could bring it in just a little ways if I wanted it to be a little thicker section. I think I'm going to go out to the corner. I like the way that looks. So I'm going to go out to the corner, or pretty close to it. Yeah, this one I might need to go a little farther. Do it this way so you can see it. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be tone, tone, and tone. So I'm going to have 3 of them. So here I'm doing another one. Okay, I'm going to do another one here. Remember from yesterday I demonstrated a few times, just so you get a good idea of what it is you're supposed to do. That moved on me. That moved on me. Try that one again. Alright, so I've got those started. I'm going to do that all the way around, but I'll do that in my time-lapse video that I'll do after I demonstrate this one here just a little bit. Make sure everything is dry from my last video. I think we're okay. A little something on that one. See, this is why we don't work on top of our pictures. Okay, so I'm going to start with red. Okay, get a little bit of paint onto my little palette piece of paper here. And then I'm going to need both black and white on this one. You'll probably have more black and white paint than you have of the other colors, or at least with white, partly because you'll have to do quite a bit more mixing. Okay, so I'm going to get a pretty good amount of white here. And then remember, you don't need as much black. But what we're going to try to do is make a gray. And I'm making a little bit more than I normally would because I'm going to use this a couple of times. pretty good gray. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come over to my red, and I'm going to start mixing my first tone. All right. Alright. So then the next one we're going to do is just add a little bit more gray to it. I'm running out a little bit of pink there. I'm going to grab just a smidgen of red here. I had a bunch of paint already in my brush, looks like. So when I'm comparing this to over here, I can see that this is different. And that's what you want. You want it to be just slightly different. If it's not, I'll go back and I'll add more to it. I might have to add a little bit. I'm going to add just a smidgen. Alright. You get closer to that top on that last value, you're going to see it's just going to look a lot more grayish. Like that. Hopefully they all look a little bit different. Alright, so now we're going to do our red-orange. Got a little bit of gray in there already in my brush because I didn't rinse it out very good. Alright. My next tone on the red-orange. Okay. A little more gray. Brush is getting a little dry here. And one more gray. That one is really close to the other one, so I'm going to add more. go over it again. Remember, I'm doing 3 different tones, just like I did 3 different tints and shades. You only have to do 2. Okay. Rinse that brush out really, really good. And now we're gonna do our orange, tones of orange. The benefit to doing a color wheel like this is you get to see all the different ways that colors interact with each other. And some of those ways you're gonna love, and some of them you're gonna really not love. Alright. A little spot of gray again. And then we'll do one more. And then we'll start our time lapse for you. One more. You can see I'm starting to run out of my gray, so I may have to make some more gray. Going outside my lines a little bit, excuse me. But that's fine because I can clean that up later. I'll end up coming back like with a marker. I might even cut my color wheel out. So that's where I'm going to stop for this video for today. I am going to go ahead and do a time lapse, and then I will do the rest of them so that you can see what that looks like when it's finished.